Welcome back. We are still on completing the square on the second video. So this time we are now looking at case number 2, where we are given the coefficient of x, which is not a number equal to 1. It is now a number greater than 1. It can be 2, it can be 3, but this time it's 2. So how do you go about it? Okay, so here what we do here is to make sure, remember the conditions, stage 1 says you have to make sure that the coefficient of x must be equal to 1. The coefficient of x must be equal to 1. So this is what we want to ensure. So we divide throughout by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2 in each term. And obviously we're going to end up having x squared, because this into that gives us x squared, plus 2 into 4 gives us 2x, and this one we just leave it as an improper fraction. Still okay. Right, we go to step 2, which says add half the coefficient of x and square it. So in this case we look at this number, the coefficient of x is 2. 2 divided by 2, square it. 2 divided by 2 is 1, then square it, we'll get 1. A lot of students, they are worried with this, but there's nothing very difficult in that. You're just following an instruction which says go to the coefficient of x. You got the coefficient of x, which is 2, then you divide it by 2, or you multiply it by half. Multiply by half is the same as dividing by 2. Then you square it. So it's a matter of saying, suppose the coefficient of x is a. Then you have to say half a, then you square it. Half of a, then you square it. Like that. So in this case, we have a number which is 2. So that 2 is the coefficient of x. We say 2 multiplied by half, we'll get 1. Then we square that number that we get, we'll get 1. That's what we do. That's what stage number 2 emphasizes on. Right, so let's move on and now continue. So that's what we are going to add 1 and subtract 1 there. X plus x squared plus 2x plus 1 plus 5 over 2 minus 1. We add here, then we subtract. Then what do we get now? We are going to find, we now have factors. This one will give us a factor, and if you know how to factorize, you will see that you end up having x plus 1, x plus 1, x plus 1. Those are the factors that you get here. Plus 5 over 2 minus half. It's like you are saying 2 over 2, 5 over 2 minus 2 over 2, and you get 3 over 2. So this will be 3 over 2. So the final answer that we are going to get is this one that I'm going to write in red, which is x plus 1 squared plus 3 over 2 plus 3 over 2. But remember, we have a 2 that we have factorized earlier on, and that 2 now we will impose it here now, and then we'll simplify. But for now, let's just deal at this stage. We want to read this stage, but we know this is not the final answer. We still have a 2 that we have at that point. All right.